So, Chance the Rapper. Honestly, not been that big on his work so far. And weirdly, I've seen like a bit of a sea change in regards to his work, especially Colouring Book, which got rave reviews when it dropped, got rave fan reception when it dropped, and about maybe like within the past 12 months, I've seen just people clown Chance the Rapper these days. He's corny, he just makes like Christian rap, he's not cool, his bars are weak, and his music just is too sugary and soft, and it just isn't cool anymore. And yet, I specifically remember when that dropped, people were going crazy, giving it 9 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s. People calling it one of the albums of the year. I remember the streets don't forget, man. This was on so many of those topsters that get shared around Twitter. It was in like the top 10 of the year by the end of the year, and yet everyone now is like, nah, Chance ain't it, man, Chance ain't it. It's a weird flip to see, honestly. I cannot explain it. Acid rap still remains like the king for a lot of people. Honestly, it's fine. I think it's better than Colouring Book, and Colouring Book has some great tracks, by the way. Blessings, especially, Same Drugs, Angels with Saba. Some great tracks, and Acid Rap too has some really good tracks, but neither really get me like that. And this new one, the official big day for Chance the Rapper, his debut album, which I feel like has happened like 3 times now because the Colouring Book was really an album, wasn't it? It wasn't a mixtape, come on, man. But the big day is awful. I hate this. I hate this. And I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic here, because I didn't hate the others. I don't hate Colouring Book, I just think it's kind of like a 5 out of 10. But this one, I hate. Now, first of all, let's get the elephant in the room out the way, man. An hour and 20 minutes of Chance the Rapper? No. Just no. We didn't need this. We didn't need 22 songs. We didn't need the pointless skits that basically add nothing to the album whatsoever. And we just didn't need like 20 songs. We didn't need it. This is an absolute brain confuser every time it happens when artists do this. Even the biggest fans don't want these lengthy albums. Why are you doing this? You're obviously capitalizing on the streaming era because it racks in the streams. People are going to listen to it anyway because you've got a big audience. You're see-through. We know why you do this. No one wants this many tracks, so just don't. Come on, stop. But the individual tracks themselves offer so little. I'm amazed. Chance's lyrics on this album, oh my god, he has hit a real all-time low here. These lyrics throughout are really poor. And you can't just ignore lyrics sometimes if the songs themselves sound good, or if the performer is really offering something like creative or interesting, or just sounds good. I know it's a really basic way of putting it, but sometimes if it just sounds good, you don't really care all that much about the lyrics. But the thing is that Chance is annoying. Chance is annoying, man. I think we need to do some revisionism on his previous work as well, because that yelpy thing that he does, I just don't enjoy it at all. And here it's the worst it's ever been, because he is just not fitting with the majority of this production, I don't think. He's either rapping too fast and going completely off beat, he's either too animated or too over the top for the style of the song, like the second track, for example, which has this really smooth instrumental. Honestly, all it needs is just some beautiful piano lead and you've got a root song. But Chance coming through just sounds out of place. He is just all over the place with his vocal inflections across the whole album. I just don't feel attached to him at all. He's often doing his usual wild, animated, like characterful, colourful delivery, which can be alright, but usually it just annoys me because he's just yelping like a friggin' dog. But like, it's not matching with the songs. You got these breezy, summery jams at times, and he's just way over the top, kind of rapping really fast at points, changing his tone throughout like one verse, and he's just a mess, man. He's a reason why the first track just falls short of being great, because he's just he's just sounding awkward. He's rapping his ass off. The chorus comes in with John Legend's great delivery. He's sounding fantastic on there, but Chance just isn't matching it at all. I just find his nasal tone not fitting with how these songs should end up sounding. Like, it's just not working for me. The features throughout don't really help that much either. Like, they're not really bringing much to the table. You've got a huge credit list on this album, by the way. You got Nicki Minaj, you got Ben Gibbard of the Postal Service, crazy feature. No one expected that, I don't think. You got Megan Thee Stallion, DaBaby, but his brother as well, Taylor. You got a bunch of others too, Shawn Mendes. The feature list is endless. It is absolutely endless. You got a Pierre Bourne beat, probably one of Pierre Bourne's weakest, I must say. Not really offering anything new with his production here. You got a Gucci Mane verse just on autopilot every time he does a verse these days. He's just offering what we've heard a million times before. But generally on here, the features just don't add a great deal. They're a nice break sometimes from Chance's really corny lines and boring verses and annoying deliveries. Like, sure, they are a nice little breather, but they're not enough to make the songs good. But that's kind of not really their fault. I mean, we're talking 22 tracks here. The album drags on and on and on. Most songs themselves aren't that impressive. So to expect features to come through and add something great to the songs is asking too much of them, let's be honest. Aside from that really bad McLovin line, which DaBaby adds to the track Hot Shower, his verse is pretty fire. But even he cannot save that beat. That beat is atrocious. The beat is absolutely atrocious. Chance again with his fucking delivery is awful. The chorus, my goodness, the chorus, oh my, wow. Why he thought this would work, I do not know. I guess he just wanted to add some versatility, some variety to the album. Fair enough. But never do this beat again. Never do a beat like this ever again, Chance. This just did not fit you at all. Get a Bag is just an ugly as hell track because of his voice. My god, I just can't get past his vocals here. It's really difficult to stay invested in the things he says. And then when you read the lyrics, you're reading awful lyrics anyway. There's just so little to take away from this album. There is really a tiny amount. Like I'm like scratching just little bits to try and pull away, like that John Legend feature. Like, I'm really scraping here to say something good. And while we're on the topic of the lyrics, I may as well just get the lyrics out of the way. We've got it back, boys. We got it. It wasn't even that long ago when I had this out for Rich Brian, but Chance has made me get it out again. Jesus Christ. Smino on the track Eternal with the line, now she's given me an ultimatum. I told her I hate tomatoes. You just did that for the rhyme, and it just doesn't even make sense. His entire verse was complete throwaway. Even Megan, honestly, she sounded good, but the lyrics on that one about you gotta lick the balls or you can't be a wifey, that kind of shit. Like, she just dropped so many poor lines on that one that even I can't defend that verse, man. Look, she's meant to be like the next big thing, but honestly, she's not really reaching it for me at the moment. Big hands for my ring, I'ma need a Pringles can. Come on, look, right. We know that you get sponsorships and stuff. Apple Music did that whole thing with Coloring Book. Just admit, Pringles sponsored you for this line. They absolutely did. The guy had the audacity as well to do the whole peanut butter jelly thing on one of the tracks here. My god. Come on, man. come on. You're just handing everyone all the jokes. You're just giving everyone the jokes to make about you with this album. Big Day as well with Francis and the Lights, that whole like shouting, yelping part. It was so out of place. That Francis and the Lights as well. That feature on the Banks album was really bad recently. I don't know if anyone heard that, but if you didn't, check it out. It's really, really bad. And here as well, it's so bad. 7 p.m. Thoughts in My Home. Who to put in my will, who to put in my won't. And going back to his awkwardness with his lines and his like flow and delivery, the first track he comes out with, Life is Short as a Midget, but mine's a little LeBron. Been a minute since Eminem was a blonde. I need a Peace Prize, Mum. I invented the bomb. Alright, okay. I think he just isn't a good rapper. Like, that's the only explanation for these lines. Like, he's just forcing in rhymes to make them rhyme. Like, he's thinking, well, I need to make this rhyme because that's how, I need to make a good rap verse. So he will throw in anything. There was that whole thing, Eminem, LeBron, like, you didn't need to mention those, but you did it so it could all rhyme. Like, Eminem being blonde, LeBron, bomb, like, they just don't all, there's nothing matching these lyrics. I could go on and on and on, but I'm just going to leave it here because the album is filled with poor lines. We've got the hot damn, hot water, hot shower, hot Atlanta, smoking green cauliflower, tangerine, yeah, I call her sweet and sour. Like, does this only sound good if I do it in a Chance voice? Hot damn, hot water, hot shower. One thing as well to point out with this album, I've criticised his vocals so much, but I didn't add this in. On tracks like Sun Come Down, he really tries to hold a note, but he just can't. Like, he hasn't got the vocal chops for it. It's like listening to Anderson .Paak, like having a really bad vocal day. Like, he's just hit his lowest point and he just cannot make a good melody anymore. That's what Chance is on this album. Because you do have some soulful sounding production every so often, like I say, with some of like the breezier summery type stuff, but you need a good performer to carry this. Chance just isn't it. I don't want songs like Found a Good One, We Go High, and Always and Forever, which have the sappiest, surface level like themes on relationships and love and that kind of stuff. They just do not land at all. It's a shame to see Chance drop this low. Like, I can find redeeming qualities in his previous work and find good tracks, but these days, all the people he was affiliated back when he was starting out, you got No Name, Saba, they're all lapping him. They're lapping him with this one. This is not a good album. I have struggled to find any positive things to say. I can say the hook on Big Fish is pretty solid. The hook is alright there. One of the few solid hooks. The John Legend feature as well. Some of the features throughout. Nicki Minaj actually is pretty solid on her features. But there is just... There's really nothing good to say here. This is a really bad album when you try and fathom the length as well, the length of this thing, it just makes it all so much worse. This might have been way more tolerable at 40 minutes, but an hour and 20? No. A 3 out of 10. This will at least be an honourable mention or dishonourable mention on my worst albums list by the end of the year, because I will not forget how bad some of these songs are and some of these performances and the lyrics too. It's really not good. You might like it though, and that's absolutely fine. Let me know if you have heard it, if you like it way more than me. I'd like to see a different perspective on this album because I know it's already pretty much being dunked on by everyone, including his core fan base as well, which is kind of weird to see. But if someone's out there loving this, I would love to see why you're loving this. Like, do let me know. Thank you for watching my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day, and goodbye.